Transmigration with QQ Farm, Chapter 2.2, Farming Dimension. Xiao Xiao, what's the matter? Mrs. Cheng had noticed the sudden change in her daughter. Her siblings, who were just about to start eating, looked at her after hearing what their mother had said. Cheng Xiao Xiao couldn't possibly explain to them. "Mom, you start eating. I'll be back." She didn't wait for Mrs. Cheng's response before she went back inside her own room. What is up with her? Mrs. Cheng was a bit worried, but looking at the 3 starving kids in front of her, she said to them, "Start eating. Save a bun for your older sister." After entering her room, Cheng Xiao Xiao sat cross-legged on the bed. She was about to pass out from this great news. She tried her best to calm herself and thought in her mind, "Enter dimension." In the next second, in the blink of an eye, she saw in front of her everything just the way she'd remembered from her QQ farm. The same hut, fields for plowing, ponds. For real, this is real. Cheng Xiao Xiao was so happy she was jumping up and down. She wanted to scream at the top of her lungs. So long as she has this dimension, she can face any obstacles. She finally started calming down after a long while. Looking at the 10 plowed fields in front of her, she was baffled. I thought QQ Farm starts out with 6 fields. Replying to Host, the Host farm is of upgraded dimension and starts with 10 fields. That's fantastic! Cheng Xiao Xiao didn't care about whether it was upgraded or not, as long as it was beneficial to her. Suddenly her stomach started to grumble. Cheng Xiao Xiao noticed that she had barely eaten and was starving to death. She didn't even give it a second thought, but ran straight to the fields and pulled out a ripe white radish. She then ran over to the pond. The fishless pond was so clear you could almost see the bottom. She rinsed the white radish in the pond and bit into it. The white radish was crisp and sweet. It didn't take her very long to finish the entire one. She didn't feel hungry anymore. She sighed. After playing QQ Farm all these years, I could finally eat food from the farm. She went back to the field and scanned the 10 fields. She frowned. Did she have to harvest them all by herself? Replying to Host, "Host can control with her mere thought," said the voice from the system. Excellent. Cheng Xiao Xiao was ecstatic. It's amazing that she could control it that way, she thought in her head. Harvest the white radish. All the white radishes from the fields disappeared immediately. Cheng Xiao Xiao paused for a second, but suddenly thought of something else. Where's the marketplace, warehouse, and tools? Replying to Host, Host can find them all inside the little house. Little house? A somewhat hopeful Cheng Xiao Xiao entered the little house. The approximately 30-square-foot house was made up of a room and a small living room along with some simple wooden furniture. Cheng Xiao Xiao's attention was drawn to a monitor built into the living room wall. It looked very similar to a computer screen. On the display, she could see the marketplace, warehouse, etc. She clicked on the arrow that says warehouse. There was nothing other than the 50 white radishes. She then clicked on the marketplace. It had the option of carrots, white radishes, and hay. She immediately picked the white radishes. After all, she wasn't sure if the people there had seen carrots before. She reseeded the fields with white radishes and went to the farm. She saw 2 chickens in the warehouse already. She was overjoyed. With these, she would be able to provide her dad with some nutrients. She purchased 5 more chickens to raise and was just about to stroll through the farm when she noticed someone entering her room. "Big sister, what are you doing sitting on the bed? Go eat. The porridge and buns are all cold."